Okay. Welcome to the Piss Everybody Off podcast, where we talk shit about everybody, including ourselves. I'm Alex. This is piece of shit Russell.
So you want to hear what I did today? I was
Let's hear it.
watching a fucking podcast and they mentioned cuties. I forgot about cuties.
Oh yeah, that Netflix documentary that everybody was like,
It wasn't a documentary. It was like a scripted thing.
yeah, but the way they fucking put the little kids up there and sexualize them was gross.
Have you seen it?
No.
That's what I looked up on YouTube. And it's the correct dude. They're like dancing like strippers. Like it's not just twerking. They're dancing like strippers. You know how strippers like lay on their backs and then lift their legs and you can see their fucking poon print. Like these little girls had little shorts on and the same.
That's gross.
It was so disgusting. Way worse than I like figured it was. I figured it was like a little bit of a over like meh Pizzagate kind of thing, but it was so gross. 100% a pedophile made that movie.
Yeah, do you think that like whenever that got brought up to the board and they watched it, do you think that was like they all went to the chair, look, let's see if we can get away with this because they're all creeps, you know? They're
It's
like,
still
let's
on there, so probably. Oh, they just made it harder to see. It's on fucking YouTube, dude. It is so gross. They're like fucking 10.
some people just deserve to be, have their dicks cut off and dumped in the ocean.
What'd you do this weekend?
Fuck you.
What do you mean?
All right. Fuck you, you know what I mean. Anthony already told me that he talked to you.
I was just asking, dude.
Anthony already told me that he talked to you.
I talk to Anthony all the time, dude.
Yeah,
We don't always
yeah,
talk about you. We don't always talk about you.
yeah. You did talk about me about this time. Nothing, man. I just got a little too drunk and may or may not have inadvertently made Anthony think I killed somebody. I didn't mean to make him think that. It
He
was an
did think
accident.
that because he told me, I was like, we
When
both
he
Alex
when
might
he
have killed
ex-
somebody.
when he was explaining it, like how it came off to him, I was like, yeah, that actually does sound like I killed somebody.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really hear much about it. It just is Alex had a wacky weekend, and I was like,
All
oh,
right, so here's the deal. I went golfing, and then I had plans to go play poker afterwards with a buddy of mine at Bartenders and Squids. So we went and met up for poker. Immediately lost all my money because I was already drunk from golf. And then we went to a bar after, right across the street, where we played a pool tournament. I lost to an 87-year-old old woman named Linda. She was sweet. I bet she knows a few nursery rhymes. Uh, and then, fuck, man. Apparently, allegedly, I was blackout wasted and somehow magically got back to Sebastian with my car somehow, and may or may not have no allegedly because I don't remember discharged a firearm at some point.
oh,
Uh,
discharge a firearm? Did you discharge a firearm? Dare I say again?
again, uh, allegedly, this didn't happen. There's no proof that anything that's happened. Not even testimonial proof because nobody was there
But there's
except for
precedent. There is precedent.
very arguable. But anyway, so I randomly went over to Anthony's at like 12. I don't know why. I don't remember being there really. He said that he was like, I said something about firing off a weapon, and then he asked where Molly was, and then I was like, well, and then I just kept changing the subject, and then I don't know. So, which it did sound sketchy, but she obviously brought me my adapter. She's here. She's alive. Everything's fine.
Yeah.
We weren't mad. The only thing she got mad at me about is how I allegedly got home with my car.
What? Well, that happens sometimes. I drove home from a concert down I-4, and you know how you get those little 2 second memories when you're blackout? One
Yeah.
2 second memories was me. I remember it as 120 miles an hour, but I don't think my car actually went that fast, but it was up there. and just weaving through traffic on I-4 in the middle of the night. So I don't know how I got home.
I don't know.
It worked.
It's like teleporting.
That
Maybe
reminds me
black out.
of the time I was because I used to get like butthurt about stupid shit when I worked at Sun Social, and I would take shots, whiskey shots, specifically Jameson shots, back to back. I'd be like, hey, like right before I left, I'd like give me 3 shots, and I just go after I'd already been drinking shots all night, 1, 2, 3, and leave. And
Yeah, beat the clock. I used to do that with Rumplemans.
yeah.
That's beat. I taught you that with Rumplemans.
Do you ever do that when you're peeing, beat the clock, where you flush the toilet before you're done peeing and try to see?
Yeah, I do it almost. I do it instinctually, and it works not in my favor in the mornings when it's natural RHP.
It's so much fun though to try to just like push it out as fast as you can, like fucking Austin Powers. But it reminds me of a story when after I did that, I blacked out drunk, and I was like speeding down like that long road to get to my house in VLE, and while Snapchatting myself crying, like I was like, I wish my baby was here so we could just run from the cops together. I think that was put on by a song I was listening to, like an old 90s song. Um, but I was blackout drunk and I obviously got home, fell asleep, and it wasn't until like fucking 5 or 6 or 7 in the afternoon or like at night the next day that somebody texted me about it, and I realized it was still on Snapchat. So it sat there all fucking day. That's one of the most that's one of the most cringiest fucking stories. You ever have those stories where you start cringing when you like fucking talk about them?
Yeah, there's a whole episode of The Office that I skipped completely because of that.
I have another one actually. This one makes me like I start wanting to. I feel like I want to throw up sometimes when I think about this, and maybe saying it on a podcast will make me fucking feel better about it. I grew up around like Down syndrome people. Um, my
Don't
mom.
talk about don't talk about Kaylee like that.
No, legitimate ones with the face and everything. My mom's boyfriend at the time had one, and my mom's best friend at the time had one. And I was friends with her twin brother who was non-Down syndrome. And we were all we were at his house and we were like all in the room. And of course, I've always been like a shit talker. And there was a girl that he was like in love with, and
The Down syndrome kid?
no. His sister had Down syndrome. He was a normie. I shouldn't say like because they were really good friends of ours, but
Well, you called him normal. You didn't say anything bad.
he's actually gay now. But at the time, he had a
He was
crush.
probably gay then.
Well, yeah, I don't want to get into that because it's going to give too much away. But he like too much of his identity. His self.
I think I know who it is.
I don't know if you would know him, but anyways, so
Just
we
say
were
his
all
full name and social security number and address.
we were all sitting like in a circle, and obviously you weren't supposed to say the word retarded around them. And that's been my favorite word since I was like 9 years old.
Yeah, everybody, unless you know.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can
My
hear you.
computer fell over. Hold on.
Oh, you're freezing. Why did it fall over? Why you
Because
hit
it's on a
flat
coaster, so
book
you can
tablet?
see more of me. My computer has to like load.
You have a homeless man computer.
See if we're
Why
even
don't you just get a
recording,
MacBook again?
because they're expensive as fuck. Please sign in with your PIN. Okay, give me the fucking. I was just staring at it.
I can still see you and
It's
shit.
still recording. All right, cool. So, anyways, we're sitting around in a. Yep, recording. Okay, we're sitting around in a circle, and there was this girl that was like his best friend that he was like in love with, and then I liked her too. So obviously,
I like it too.
I would try to the only.
You always try to one up him, be cooler.
Well, the only good quality, yes, the only good quality I had
Yes.
was I was funny. And we were talking about something, and I was like, you know what? Oh, God, I'm gonna fucking start freaking out just telling this story. I was like, it was something about Anthony, and I was like, you know why Anthony does that? Because
You already said his name, and I know exactly what you're talking about now.
oh no, I just said his name.
Yeah, and I know exactly what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about now.
Whatever, I don't care. he doesn't watch this. I was like, so you know why he does that? I was like, you know why he does that? Because he's and then I like looked over and I just see like his sister's face. And I was like, oh no.
You're already halfway through the word.
And then I came up with the word recall.
I think you told me this story.
I did tell you this story. Oh, it still makes me fucking sick. And then through the rest of the night, I tried to convince him that was a new thing people were doing where you would say out loud the word recall and then re-say what you just said as if that makes any sense. This recording better fucking work. Oh, it's so embarrassing.
I got one like that, kind of, sort of. Not like that, but cringy. I remember I had this weird memory from when I was like, I don't know, probably like first, second grade. And I didn't even understand the joke. I didn't know it was a jerk off reference. I really didn't. I just seen people do it and then see him laugh. So I thought it was like something you do to be funny, but I had no idea what it meant. Like, oh, put your hand on top of my hand. Then move up and down. Thanks for helping. It's something really stupid.
Sounds like you were molested.
No, it was some kids were doing it in school. It was like yeah.
Alex, give us your penis. Check this out.
No, it wasn't. You know what I mean? Like little kids come up to you in school and they say stupid shit like that. Like, you know, I did it. I was pulling up to the house and my mom was in the driver's seat, I was in the back seat, and I said that joke and she was like, "What?" And I was like, I don't know. But I was like, to this day, now I know what it means. I got embarrassed about it like 10 years later when I had that memory and realized what happened and actually happened. I was like, oh my God.
You just gave me another one. So I remember sitting in the back of my mom's car with my sister, and I think it's Let It Burn by Usher was playing.
Gotta let it burn.
I'm pretty sure it's Let It Burn. And I was like singing along with it. And the lyrics are, look at your mate and help me. I looked at my sister singing it, and she goes, ew, I know your mate. I didn't know what it meant. And she's like, ew, I know your mate. And she was like mad at me. I was like, what the fuck? I thought we were mates out. I gotta put this coaster down because it's way too loud.
I can hear everything around me, like my bag moving right now.
Oh, what I was going to say earlier, we were talking about Native Americans and slaves.
Oh, well, were we?
I was watching the Lexington and Concord documentary, and you brought up Native Americans or slaves, one of them. Anyways, I have two stories about those. Number one, do you know the real story behind Thanksgiving?
Yeah, Pilgrims murdered Native Americans and some shit. I don't know.
Well, yeah, but it sounds like you know it. But the traditional story of Thanksgiving is that the Native Americans showed the Pilgrims how to fertilize their soil, and then
because they couldn't grow anything. They taught them how to grow corn.
Yeah, and tobacco and shit, and tobacco I think was Virginia, but just any crops, and but the exchange like for the peace with the English, like the exchange for, it's like, we'll show you how to put fish in this dirt that doesn't grow anything in order to make good soil if you help us massacre this other Indian tribe that
I didn't know that.
And so they literally went in the middle of the night. The people from
England,
Plymouth. Well, they're originally from England. People from Plymouth. The Indians took them to the other tribes' settlement, and at night they just massacred all of them.
So it is about killing Indians, but it's about helping Indians kill Indians.
But the Indians, killed other Indians. So that was always one of the other things I hate, when people are like, "Oh, America just slaughtered They killed fucking Indians over land, just like Indians did to other fucking Indians."
Yeah, it's the same thing. It was everybody was killing over land. You can't really prosecute any particular just because you won. Just because somebody won, they're bad. Yeah. Everybody was doing it.
Yeah,
everybody was doing it. Just because I won, I'm the bad guy.
Speaking of everyone was doing it, Good segue, because a lot of people don't bring up the fact that Native Americans had African slaves and also Native American slaves. Obviously, not at the beginning. They were brought in starting with like Jamestown, but then like during the Trail of Tears, when they were really expanding west and everything, they were
Like you what?
sending all the
I feel like
Indians.
I feel like since you found out you have like a colonialist like ancestor, you've been looking into all this shit, haven't you?
I started before that.
But you've been more intrigued by it now for sure, probably.
Well, that was what triggered me to look up the myancestry.com thing in the first place.
Well, when you watch the documentaries now, you're like, oh, that guy's probably my great 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 grandfather.
No, you know what I did do is they said that 10% of all Americans ancestry goes back to Plymouth, like the Mayflower.
Mm-hmm.
And my free trial's over, so I never went back to 1600. I went back to the 1700s, and like I'm so fucking English from everybody. I might be a fucking descendant of the Mayflower.
Well, it sounds like you should probably look it up.
It's really expensive. Like the cheapest one's like $35, and the one that was gonna renew for me was like $100.
No, it sounds like 35 is the option.
Did I tell you I looked up cuties?
He did. He did. And he told me it wasn't that cute.
I was like, damn, pop that.
You're gonna get flagged for that. No, that Anthony Jeselnik joke about circling back to the mentally challenged issue. Whenever he was like, oh, this guy came up to me after the show. He's like, I didn't appreciate that joke about retarded people. He's like, I got a mentally challenged son. He's like, then what are you doing here? You should be at home laughing at your kid.
There's an old Nick Swartzen joke from like his Comedy Central.
Okay, yeah, you just called your kid retarded.
Well, you just called your son retarded, so
you're a piece of shit. I know what is it?
You're
a
a
whore. You're a whore. So you're a whore. That came on not that long ago on my Pandora. No, do you know what joke has been killing it at my stupid bar that I work at? I mean, it's not stupid. I mean, just it's a biker bar. But the guys love the Theo Vaughn joke about being Irish, but the kid in his neighborhood that grew up with Down syndrome, but his mom never got him tested.
You just brought this up in the last podcast about how not Irish. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I want to do.
You know what's crazy? When people get mad at us for smoking cigarettes, that was like America's first like crop, and that's what brought so many fucking entrepreneurs and shit over. Well, I can't smoke in my fucking
American spirit.
American spirit. And you know what else I feel like? I'm getting so into the American history thing. I feel like I only want to eat buffalo and not cows, because like cows came from like fucking England, and fucking buffalo or the American bison was technically America's original cattle, because wild cattle, but
well, you know, they killed them all so that way the Native Americans couldn't eat them.
Fucking Native Americans did, and then they would kill them.
They slaughtered like a fuck ton of them. Joe Rogan has a thing about it.
They would starve.
It's like, have you seen the pictures of like them standing on like thousands of skulls? Like they're just standing on a pile of like bison skulls. Like they just went out and slaughtered all of them so the Native Americans couldn't eat them.
Also, lean ground beef isn't that much different than fucking.
No, I've had bison.
Oh, bison meat's good. I'm just saying, like, it's more expensive, and when you get to the macronutrients and the micronutrients of the two animals, they're kind of similar. And lean ground beef, like at 93.7, is a little bit leaner than bison meat, so it's like whatever. But
well, that's a stupid fact to know.
I just ate a triple cheeseburger earlier.
Yeah, it was probably made out of fucking bison.
Dude, no, dude, it was made out of fucking alley cats, because I'm in Tampa.
Did you really go to a Chinese restaurant and get a burger?
What? I didn't say Chinese restaurant.
Yeah, but you said alley cats.
Oh yeah. Yeah, dog. The feline. Just a feline burger.
Okay, it's a nice.
It's 10-15 minutes.
No, we gotta have Fubu here. Fubu does it so much better. It's because he's actually Asian.
I can't believe I said that kid's name, dude. I feel so bad. I'm just kidding. He's not gay. Well, unless he wants people to know he's gay. Then he's gay.
That is gay.
Not like he confided me or anything. He fucking came into the restaurant. He was with his boyfriend. And I was like, oh,
Yeah,
I
makes
was
sense.
right.
But you were born with gaydar.
Mm-mm.
You're half gay.
I didn't know if I was gay or not for like years.
Well, you're half gay because your dad's gay. So it
I'm
makes you
quarter
half
by.
quarter bi. My grandpa was bi. That makes me quarter bi.
I feel like we did that one last podcast too.
We did.
We're running out of shit to talk about.
Nah,
How did you like Bullet Train though?
I liked it a lot. I thought it was really good.
Fucking fantastic movie.
It's
Should be
very
in the 90s.
Quintino-esque. That's why I want to watch it again.
It's more like a fucking Guy Ritchie movie. I'm telling you, the Guy Ritchie, fucking David Leitch. We talked about this on the last podcast. David Leitch being one of the directors of the original John Wick. That's why the action is so cool in it. And the original, the other John Wick director, the guy that did the rest of the movies, he fucking was just on Rogan the other day. It's pretty cool. He's a cool fucking guy. Seems like a normal guy. Like he watches their like honest trailers. You know the honest trailers I used to show you. He watches those to see like they were actually on a like interview with those guys before the one guy got fucking sexual conduct.
What's going on with the goddamn Rick and Morty thing?
He got fired. He got let go because of his accusations, and he was fucking. They dropped him because the bitch was retarded, but yet he's still not. As far as I know, he's still not getting rehired, and they're gonna get somebody else that sounds like him.
He's a writer, though, isn't he?
I don't know if he's so much of a writer anymore. He's an improver, so he gets, and then nobody's a writer right now because there's a writer's strike.
Is it really right now?
Yeah.
Mm.
Why Bill Maher's not on? Did you not notice that Bill Maher's not on every week?
I don't watch Bill Maher.
I
I don't watch Bill Maher.
like Bill Maher. He's a lot of his points are dumb, and well, I'm not say a lot of them are dumb. Sometimes he's still too libby, but
I think he's an MSNBC pussy.
no, he's not. He's actually very like he's on. They show him on Fox News loves him because he actually goes out against like woke culture and like um
Brian Griffin.
what?
Remember when they had Brian Griffin like edited into a Bill Maher show about his book? See it, dream it, think it, or whatever the fuck it is. Think it, see it, dream it, whatever the fuck it is.
About a self-help book.
Yeah.
Damn, dude, I'm sorry I didn't get that joke. I know every other person that ever sees this podcast will be like, oh, that's what he's talking about. He's talking about the one time Brian Griffin fucking went on fucking Bill Maher.
Bill Maher. And you can tell they actually filmed it for that episode. That's why.
Oh.
Boom.
I think that only sounds cool to us because we have the headphones in.
No, it sounds cool to everybody because we're cool. But yeah. So yeah, man, I've been not a plug, but I've been drinking these. I found this orange flavored neutral. Can't find it at the stores, but we have it at my bar. So I went.
Why are you always on like the cutting edge of every seltzer? And you don't like tomatoes. That's two gay things about you.
What about the dick sucking thing?
No, dude, that's not gay.
Okay, as long as we're on that. No, you know why? Because my bar keeps getting all these vacationers from the tourist trap down the road. You know what I'm talking about. And they fucking have to compete. So we have high noons, we have these tequila seltzers now, and we have neutrals in our White Claws.
I want to try the tequilas. Are they the high noon tequila ones or the
No, they're Los Santo or something like that.
So High Noon has tequila ones now too. Mamitas is one that Barstool's been like fucking promoting for a while, which is weird because now High Noon's their like biggest promoter, and it's like now High Noon has tequila, so whatever.
Well, the thing is though, is like I tried the seltzer and it doesn't taste like tequila at all. It just tastes like a regular seltzer. And it's just like
Ew.
I mean, no, it's really good. It tastes like Skittles.
I like tequila.
They're refreshing.
Mezcal. Mezcal's a shit, dude. Have you ever had mezcal?
I remember when we were at that fucking place in Tampa, Ybor, and you fucking lit that fragrance thing out of your drink. It's like, you douche.
What?
We were at this bar in Ybor. We went out. Remember the homeless guy? Remember how we walked by that homeless guy? This is a good story, actually. We walked by this homeless guy, and I was watching him eat a sandwich that somebody gave him, like a whole sandwich. And then we passed him, and we went and got food, and I had my box with me as we were walking back by the same homeless guy. And he was like, oh man, you want that? I could use it more than you. And I was like, bro, I just saw you eating a sandwich. Like I just saw you like 20
Don't
minutes.
remember this at all. That's hilarious, bro.
Dude, you were right next to me. I was like, we walked right by him again. He said that, and I was like, dude, I just saw you eating a whole sandwich like 20 minutes ago.
Is
You're a
that when we
liar.
went to St. Pete and stayed at that hotel, and then got Chick-fil-A in the morning?
I don't think that was us.
Yeah, it was us. It was us going to see our new apartment before we moved out there, and we
Oh
just
no. This is when we lived there. This was the same day that we were going back to watch the UFC fight or something like that.
oh,
And we got
that's in
we got
Soho.
yeah, Soho. Sorry, it might have been Soho. Sorry.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's that homeless guy. Well, I watched him. He was eating a whole sandwich out of a box, and we went ate, and then like 30 minutes to maybe 30 minutes to an hour. But whatever. Not enough time to get over a whole sandwich. And then he's like, then he said that to me. He's pointing, you're like, bro, you were eating while I was eating. The fuck? I'm gonna be hungry at the same time you are.
dude, I was in
Next.
Soho. I was in Soho one time on one of those scooters, and I'm literally just like taking this corner to go back and shit at this other restaurant because it was like COVID, and they can only let a certain amount of people at a time, a certain amount of people in at a time. And the other restaurant told us to be like 20 minutes, and I couldn't wait, so I went back to this other bar to take a shit. Anyways, I was going around this corner, and some person straight up asked me, he's like, "Hey man, you got heroin?" I was like, "You don't even have a nickname for it, dude. You just asked me about heroin."
He just asked me if I have heroin.
Yeah, it was so weird. And I was like, "No, sorry, I'm out."
I'm out. Fresh out, bro. You know what that means? There's probably a guy who rides a scooter around and sells heroin. I'll bet you I'll bet you like that's the backstory to him asking you. And the off chance you were that guy.
The person looked like they were gonna ask the very next person they saw that was like breathing and speak English if they had heroin.
You know what? It's a bold strategy, cop, but it's a numbers game.
That's true. But it also sounded like they fully expected me to have heroin. They're like, "Bro, we all do heroin. We have cobblestone streets, dude. Feels good.
Bro.
You're on
No,
heroin."
do you remember the Always Sunny episode where like anything goes in the bar and they help the guy tying off?
Yeah.
It's like it's like should I can do anything?
Did you watch the new ones?
No, I want to.
They're pretty funny. Anthony made it seem like they were funnier than they were. Maybe I had too high expectations. They're still really funny. I don't want to get your expectations low.
I mean, I haven't seen It's Always Sunny in forever. So it's gonna be funny to me no matter what, because I love it. I think it's funny. My ears are sweating.
Yeah, no, it's still very funny. It's just I had these higher expectations because I watched the podcast, which is fucking hilarious, by the way. And I watched on the podcast, they rewatch each episode so they can talk about the episode, and it's episodes they haven't seen in like sometimes decades. And so I was like,
Decades.
well, okay, a decade. And so I was like, well, if they're rewatching all these episodes, they're gonna like see all this old stuff and be reminded of it, and maybe like write better episode. I love the Ireland stuff. The Ireland,
I forgot that whole series, but I did watch it. I just don't remember.
dude, oh my god, one of the funniest things ever is like where Dennis has COVID and he goes crazy in the castle and like tries to cut Dee's head off, and then he wakes up in the hospital because they have this whole thing where you smell stew and then you like wake up. But Dee's trying to wake him up by smelling the stew, but he won't wake up, so she just throws the stew on his
Hot stew, like hot stew.
Yeah, dude. And the funniest thing is like there's like smoke that comes off his face when he does it. It looks so funny. And then as soon as he wakes up, he goes, "Why is your?" He's like, "Why is your head still on? Did they reattach it?"
You're a bird. Do you look like a gigantic bird?
Yeah. The one episode where she every time they remember another thing from that night, she's like more bird, and at one point she's just like an ostrich, like a live ostrich.
Wait, talking about the one where somebody got a boil or whatever fucking.
It's called "Who Got Dee Pregnant," and it's a Halloween episode where they're
And it's got the milk drinkers in it. What's the name?
the McPoyles.
McBoyles. I also watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine. It has Boyle in it, so good.
I don't like Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I'm sorry. I need another beer.
I gotta pee.
You want to? All right. Well, if we're pausing, I'm smoking a cigarette too.
All right, fine. Go.
America.
Huh? America.
Okay, cool.
America.
Pizza looked amazing, by the way. But you know how nice it is to fucking go into your fridge expecting to see one beer left, and then realize you already drank that beer, but then like fucking another 4-pack of Tall Boys in there. I love
Did you forget about them?
Well, she brought them, and I still have to send her money for it, but she's so good to me.
Yeah, all you do is talk about her mom's tits.
We were talking about her mom's tits and how they're huge. I hope her mom doesn't watch these.
You're fucked if she does.
Or do I hope that she does?
Isn't she married?
So what? Yeah, because the marriage is there's never been infidelity.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking
Marriage.
about. What if the husband sees it and tries to kill you?
I have an ex whose mom sent me a poem about her vibrator.
That's true.
Hopefully she doesn't watch this because I never told her that.
That's true. That's true.
And it was,
And
it
you
was
only,
right
you only
after
have
she
one.
read the episode. It was
And
right
you only
after
have one other ex. So.
it. Well, okay, shut up. It was right after the episode of the. Well, I'm gonna give it away right now. It was right after the episode in the series where my character fucks her mom's character too. Weird. It was right after she read that.
Weird.
Mm.
You and your girl Facebook official?
I don't put the relationship status in there, but I posted her on Instagram once. I don't. I don't
I
like
don't
take.
post either.
I don't take pictures of myself, so it's not like I'm like fucking.
Yeah, my girl gets mad at me too sometimes. She's like, "What the fuck?
Bring
You
your
post
microphone
me.
closer.
You never post me.
See, I
I
can
don't
hear
post
you.
myself."
Yeah, no. Well, I can definitely say my girlfriend has never got mad because I don't post her, or not. She hasn't made that vocal to me.
She feels it in her heart. At last, hold me closer, Tony Danza.
Wait a minute. Did I tell you that, or
No, it's from Friends, first of all.
does he say that in Friends? Because I've always thought that.
No,
There's
Phoebe
another.
does.
Huh.
Phoebe. Phoebe's the one who
I thought I
thinks
created that myself.
no. Phoebe says that in Friends, and that's obviously before you made it up.
Clearly, there's a thing that actually Shane Gillis said that I think of all the time. Do you know who Bob Lazar is?
Yeah, I just it's funny you bring him up because I was just talking to showing a video of him on Joe Rogan, telling him all how much I believe in like aliens and stuff like that, and like I was like, oh, he's got a Netflix thing, and then he's on Joe Rogan, so I think he's somewhat credible. And then she pulls up like his history, and like he's had a lot of like criminal charges for like sketchy shit. I'm just, he might not be that credible.
I think he's credible. I believe him. But
I do.
so
I just believe in what he's saying. I don't know if I believe his.
you remember that '90s song that goes, "How bizarre,
Yeah,
how bizarre." So Shane goes, Bob Lazar, Bob Lazar, Bob Lazar. Now every time I hear that song, I can't not sing it that way.
I think aliens.
Bob
That
Lazar.
that's what. Yeah, it's the same thing. Every time I hear that song, I just think, "Hold me closer, Tony Danza, chasing headlights on the highway."
It's weird that I have that memory of just like always singing it that way, and fucking, I got it from friends apparently.
Yeah, you did, you loser.
I
You unoriginal fuck.
I like Friends. It's not as good as like Seinfeld, but that's also a stupid comparison.
Yeah, they're two different shows.
Yeah, I've seen probably Friends all the way through to
That made me think about South Park whenever Bebe starts growing boobs or whatever. She's like, you don't have to be smart. She's like talking to her mom. She's like, Mom, what's 5 times 7? She goes, honey, those are two completely different numbers.
Yeah.
Those are two completely different shows. She's like, oh my God, because her mom's got like huge tits.
It's like my girlfriend's mom. My girlfriend's mom has 44 triple Fs.
Yeah. And you'll never get to play with.
What's if
You might have you might have an awkward hug at a wedding or something. Yeah, that definitely helps your case. I didn't hear anything, by the way.
you didn't hear anything? It fucking rang in my ears. I hope that comes through on the podcast.
Well, if I'm not hearing it. Hold me close. But let's see. What else happened at my bar this weekend? Oh, so I had to throw this lady out. No, I didn't throw her out. She threw a drink on one of the other bartenders after our encounter. I was at my outside bar She comes up to my bar like tries to say something. I can't hear. I look at her. Now, mind you, for background reference, I work at a dive bar where I pretty much get to say pretty much whatever I want to people, including F bombs, call them piece of shit, things like that. Pretty much free game where I work. And she says something. I look at her and I say, I can't hear a single word you're saying. Then she tried to yell, and somehow I heard it even worse. Couldn't hear it. So I go out of my bar to go like hear her, and she kind of like she's wasted. She like grabs my face like she's gonna fucking kiss me, and like comes all up on me. So I kind of like nudge her off, and I say, first of all, don't fucking touch me, and second of all, what can I get you? And she just went and stumbled inside. So I go inside, tell the inside bartender, like, hey, just so you know, this lady, grabbed my face and blah blah blah. And she just looks at me and goes, okay, she's cut off. She's getting the fuck out of here right now. Walked over, handed her a card, and was like, get the fuck out of here. And apparently, his son had just committed suicide or something.
A
So
scientist?
her son did.
Oh, good.
Sorry, my light keeps coming around. But so she was like all mad because Anna was like not being nice to her about like how drunk she was. So she fucking threw a drink on her. And it was just this whole thing.
I had a lady. Now I do have to be nice to people at my bar. And this lady was such a cunt. Like, she was fine at first, like while they were like dining out, and then we have a reward system because I work at a corporate place. Ooh, which I have to get into in a minute. But
After this, I have one more story before you tell that.
all right. Just remind me to tell a story about my job.
I will.
And
we're both bartenders. We should talk more about our jobs. It's interesting.
This is just more my. Anyways, let me tell the story first. And so we had like a couple big tops, like a couple 10 tops come in, and they both wanted to come to the bar. So we just got fucking swarmed. That my friend had to come off the well and everything, and we had to fucking like take care of all these fucking idiots. And I asked them if they have a rewards number because we're a fucking dumb fucking corporate place and we get graded on that shit. And the guy said no, and he gives me his card, and I go and swipe his card. And so I give her the thing back, and she goes, "Oh, by the way, I just signed up for the rewards program." And I was like, "Okay, well, you can." She's like, "Can I give you my number?" And I was like, "Well, no, you have to write the letters down that it gives you at first because I can't do it by just your number the first time." And then I just walked away from her. And then like I'm making fucking the dumbest fucking drinks. We have like a cocktail flight now, so it's like an old fashioned, an ultimate Patron margarita, a fucking ultimate Long Island, and a mule in a flight, and it's like the most tedious fucking flight we've had so far, and it's so
That's so
annoying. In the way you have to garnish it, it takes forever. So I'm making that and another drink that takes too long for the people like buy them, and I'm like. I asked my buddy John, I was like, hey, will you fucking help me with the bar top right now? Because I'm getting fucked. And so he has to get off the well. And he, like, we both look over, and this lady's like,
Yeah, flagging you down.
At me. And so I was like, can you go fucking help her out? He goes over there and she's like, yeah, hi, I wanted to put in my fucking rewards number and we need a military discount and whatever the fuck else she said. And he goes, you already paid? He's like, you're gonna have to wait. And then he goes on to somebody else. And then they ended up fucking leaving. But it made me so. Are you out of your fucking mind? I asked her husband if you had this shit. He said no. And then even her husband was like, we don't need to do that. And she was, oh my god,
She was a real fucking Karen,
dude. Yeah, and
was she wasted?
She had 3 fucking single Tito's with fucking,
Yeah, she's probably wasted.
3 singles.
Her, maybe you don't know.
I hope she's dead. I hope she's fucking dead. I hope that she ran. I hope her husband's alive, but I hope they got into a head-on collision on the way home and didn't realize that the head-on collision was the babysitter with the fucking kids driving back from Chuck E. Cheese, and they killed their own fucking kids.
Here's my thing: is I love and / hate it when this happens because you know how like when you go to restaurants, you tell them it's your birthday, they get something or whatever. Yeah, you know where I work. you're clearly not getting anything for
Yeah,
your
no.
fucking birthday. So I just love it when like a 52-year-old or a 40-something-year-old fucking lady will walk up and be like, it's my birthday. And I'm like, okay, what the fuck can I get you? The fuck? Nobody cares, Gladys. You're not.
So at my place, you get a free Pazuki, and there's a black lady whose fucking birthday is like every week. And I made sure I said black lady because obviously
It's my birthday
she also
month.
complains at every single fucking food she gets, so she gets it free. Corporate, there's a little corporate hack for you. If you go to a corporate place, just complain about your food, they'll take it off.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not saying all black people know that, but all black people know that.
All black people know that. But here's the story I was going to say. So, at my bar, obviously, it gets rough and rowdy, but we do have the best pizza in town.
Yes,
so specifically on my Monday daytime shift, because it's daytime, whatever. Well, once in a while we'll get a family with like small children that come in, but they usually, after hearing what's going on at the inside bar, will choose to venture to our outside seating. That is not like we don't have the bar open, but you can still sit out there. And they sit out there, and I'm turned around towards like the bathrooms,
Mm-hmm.
And I think I told a customer something, one of my regulars, something like, "Oh fuck you! Oh fuck you! Tell you love me, you pussy motherfucker."
That's Mike Tyson.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So I turn around, and right
Fuck
after
you
I
till
turn
you let me,
around,
faggot. That's not Mike Tyson.
well, right after I turn around, I said that, and I turn right around, and then boom, there's like a 12-year-old girl there. Can I have some water? I'm like,
And you
That's
looked at her
right.
and you were like, skinny little white pussy.
no. I turned around, I was like, yes, of course, darling. Here you go. It's like, shit, fuck till you love me, faggot.
Did you call her darling? What do you watch, Cuties? Never call a kid darling. I'd be
I don't know if I
hear
called her
me.
darling. I don't know if I called her darling, but I said, yeah, whatever you need, whatever.
FBI would show up. He's like, he just called a 12-year-old darling.
No, there was one guy, I forget, it was like so our manager forgot to turn on the pizza oven in the morning. So like it takes a couple hours to heat up. So basically there was a regular that I don't know. He's not my regular, but he's somebody's. And like apparently his wife came up and asked me about pizza. And I remember the encounter because all I said was there's no pizza right now. I can't take any orders, blah, blah, blah. I might have been a little short with her or whatever, no pun intended. But I wasn't like rude or say anything. And then her husband, who is a regular, I know him now, came up, he's like, what the hell? And I was like, he's like, oh, you don't. I said, I have no idea what you're talking about, bro. Like he's talking about like being rude to his wife. I said, dude, I have no idea what you're talking about. I was like, dude, he's like, oh, you don't know who my wife is? I said, bro, I don't know who the fuck you are. That's what I told him. I said, I don't know who the fuck you are. He's like, oh, okay, and just walked away. I was like, yeah, the fuck away from me, bro. Who the fuck are you? I get to fucking put my hands on people at my job though.
You're like, I have a gun, dude, and I
not on me. I will just fucking pick you up and throw you out the window.
I like to tell customers I have a gun. They're like, is there any way I can get no tomatoes on this? I'm like, I have a gun.
I have a gun. The cook should say that. Come out and be like, "Oh, you want no tomatoes? Just want you to know, I'm packing."
He just comes out with a fucking tomato and starts shooting it. Oh yeah, hey, no tomatoes.
A potato gun. He starts loading tomatoes into a potato gun. Just imagine sneaking in a miniature potato gun to a comedy show to throw tomatoes at people.
Imagine shooting a potato cannon point blank at someone's head.
There'll be 2 potatoes in that scenario, buddy. That would eliminate your entire frontal lobe and then everything after.
I don't know about that, but you'd have a crazy lump.
Potato gun, bro, that would blow somebody's fucking.
No, it wouldn't. There's not that much propulsion.
That would break. It would at least shatter your skull.
It would give you a lump for sure.
Look it up.
You think it comes out with enough propulsion
to break your skull? Yeah, a raw potato, a raw hard potato.
Raw potato is very hard, but
yeah,
I don't think
a raw potato.
Like it's gunpowder, dude. It's fucking compressed air.
Compressed air. That doesn't mean it has any. Like it just means it's not as cost effective as gunpowder to use commercially, but it doesn't mean it doesn't have that much power. You got to remember how much more a potato weighs in a bullet, and you got to remember how far you can launch a potato out of that fucking potato gun. Really far. So how much propulsion do you think it takes to send a fucking potato that far? That would at least put a hole. That would at least like break something.
Imagine going under the chin of the potato gun and it makes it halfway through your head.
Looks like somebody's having tater skins for dinner, boy.
Oh, I love tater skins.
Do you remember when we used to go to Fridays? We had By the way, that makes you gay because we used to have movie dates on Wednesdays.
That makes me gay. We literally watched Bullet Train the other night after the podcast, and then paused it at the same time. So we rewinded this, but we watched it via Zoom like we are right now. And we would pause it and then rewind it to the same spots, and then we watched the entire movie. Probably had 20 fucking cigarette breaks in between.
It's a watch party.
I'm just saying, dude. Like nothing makes me gay other than my gay spirit, dude.
That's true. It's Pride Month.
It is Pride Month, dude. So like, let's watch a couple movies together. Whatever.
Let's get weird.
Whatever. Your mom's a faggot.
Your dad's a faggot.
Come on, dude. That's not cool to call a gay guy faggot.
That's true. Only if he's like says people from Phoenix are called Phoenicians.
Shut up, faggot, and suck that dick. I don't think that's the right lyric, but
it is the right
lyric either.
It is, but you just said it without the front part, so out of context, it sounds bad. You don't tell the whole joke around it, and my reference plus what you just said doesn't necessarily ring a bell. So most people probably.
I think we just said faggot like 4 times.
I'm a faggot.
I'm a fag. You're a fag.
See, I started doing this new thing because, like you were talking about earlier, like the word retard, like it's been in your favor. You know, we grew up saying things were gay, but obviously, I don't. I have like several gay friends. Your dad's gay. We're not homophobes by any means. We'll fucking hang out. But here's the thing: is it's funny because I made up a way to get around not having to say gay. Or like I can say gay because every time I use it in public, I just say, yeah, but not the good kind. Yeah, that's gay, but not the good kind.
And that works for fucking everything, dude. Because like we obviously grew up calling black people.
I'm just kidding. You're crazy. No, the fuck we didn't. The fuck we didn't. I grew up in like a majority black neighborhood. I wouldn't be.
I meant to their face. To their face.
No, man. Never throw out the hard R. Never throw out the hard R. That's a no. Rap songs on, you know, like things happen, but like, or if you just have a friend who's cool with it, like, what's up?
It just means they're from Nigeria.
I always thought it came from the Spanish word for black, which was negro.
I think that's part of it. I don't really know. I think I looked it up because it's my favorite word.
It's my favorite word. I don't think I've ever heard you say it like at all. Maybe.
Well, you haven't
maybe if you're
the past couple years at that fucking apartment complex. No, I'm just kidding, but not really. I'll say it in pride. I say it when nobody can hear me, and I'm like, walk faster. You know, in the crosswalk. But
my mom, all the kids in the neighborhood had a nickname.
Or here's an example when the Facebook video I was watching earlier of a guy just filming a Dollar General for some reason, and then the girl who works there comes out and she basically throws his camera on the ground, hits him, and then just pulls out a gun. She's like, she hits him, and then he doesn't do anything, obviously. She hits him, pulls out her gun, and goes, hit me, I'll shoot you up. And then in my mind, I was like, nah, no. And then she got arrested. It's pretty funny. Dude, everybody thinks it. Sometimes day. It's not that big of a deal.
I'm not touching that one.
I'm just drunk, so maybe I'll regret all this. I'm just kidding. Jesus.
I'm drunk as well, but I'm not touching that.
I'm really kidding.
What was that Bill? What is that Bill Burr joke? It's like when he's talking about like the newscasters, like the sportscasters talking about once in a while you get one white guy who like tries to say something, the other guys just slide out of scene.
It was a Bill Burr joke about talking about the quick twitch muscles.
Yeah, he's like the other guys just slide out of screen like this guy's fucked.
By the way, I'm on 21 days in a row working out, and I gotta say, like just standing and sitting, like outside of working out, my legs just go crazy up and down. They used to do that with the fucking other workouts like 6 days a week, but like back in the day when I was really skinny. But this, my legs just go nuts. And Huberman says I can burn I don't remember how much, but like a retarded amount of calories, like so much that I was like, I don't think you can burn that many calories throughout the day. But you know how I like bounce my leg? I don't know if you do it, but
Yeah,
bounce.
no, I saw something about that.
Yeah, you can burn more calories that way. I think he said like up to 3,000 calories a day, but you probably have to be doing all goddamn day nonstop to fucking hit 3,000 calories a day by just bouncing your
You know
phone.
what's funny is when I was younger and I was a little fat kid, I had that same idea. I didn't know if it worked. Yeah, I know. But I didn't know if it would. I didn't know if it worked. Cause sometimes if I ate too much food, I would start like flexing my legs and like my glutes and shit. And like as I'm laying in bed, I'd lay on my stomach and I would just like do that. And like, hopefully I'm burning calories right now.
I just saw another story. You ever flex your butt muscles?
Yeah, all the time.
I remember when I was a kid, we used to go to the beach a lot with like the whole family. And I remember laying down I was laying face down on a beach towel on the beach, sitting next to my family, including my aunt Moo, who you met. And I started
Mm-hmm.
flexing my bust muscles. I was like, oh, this
Your
feels
bust
good.
muscles?
My butt muscles.
You said
And she
bust.
looks over at me and she's like, what are you doing? Thinking I'm like fucking the sands as like a fucking 10-year-old kid.
That's when you would do it as a 10-year-old kid.
I
You
know,
fuck
but that's what I
everything with
was
your
doing. I
hands.
was flexing my butt muscles and it felt good.
It sounds like to me that you were trying to fuck the sand and you're using this confession right now to show your aunt to convince her that you were not trying to fuck the sand.
Now that we're telling embarrassing stories, I also told my aunt when I was really young that she was pretty, and she said that's not allowed in our family.
uh well, point me in the direction of the family it is, you know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? So, let me go. Gotta keep it tight in the family, boy.
had a weird childhood, man.
Yeah, I mean, I went camping with my Uncle Jeff one time, woke up, my butt hurt, and Jeff wasn't there. And then later I found out it wasn't even my uncle. Some guy at the gas station.
Yeah, dude. You remember your uncle's soft touch that he used to give you?
No, my uncles don't like me that much.
Yeah.
No, well, I saw a Ricky Gervais clip. It was him walking down the sidewalk, and he's like, he sees like this. He's like just walking by a playground. This little chubby ginger kid is like just yells pedo. He's like, what? He's like pedo. He's like, well, he just stops. Well, I'm not a fucking pedo, and if I was, you'd be safe, wouldn't you? You little chubby little ginger cunt. And he just walks away. But even if I was, you'd be safe, wouldn't you? You little chubby little ginger fuck. A
I
cunt
like
or whatever.
Ricky
Yeah, he wrote the original Office.
the one that's not as good as the new one.
Well, that's just because they sound funny when they talk.
But that's because they're French.
French Canadian.
Fucking dumb fucking maple leaf syrup fucking dripping.
Syrup chugging sons of bitches.
Fucking bitch.
I think I'm gonna take a trip soon.
Oh yeah, where to?
Maybe Tampa.
Oh, that would be cool. Try coming on a weekday because I work on the weekends.
Well, no. Oh, you do? Oh, do you work on? I also work on the weekends, Russell. I was thinking about maybe coming
I
up.
still work on the weekends.
I was maybe thinking about taking. I have staggered days, which sucks, but my Monday day shift is usually pretty easy to get covered, and I'm about to cover an extra shift for Louis. So if I can get a Monday day shift covered, then I could just drive over Saturday night after work, like late at night, stay at your place until Sunday, and then I'd have Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday in Tampa.
Yeah. When are you trying to do this? Because
I don't know, maybe like a month or so.
that's cool. We have the futon, so you're gonna have to sleep in the futon. We don't have a couch yet because she doesn't. She fucking got fucked. Like when she quit her job, and then
What job?
she was working at the one place in St. Pete, and now she moved to a different county,
Mm-hmm.
EMT, and she got fucked out of for some reason. I guess it wasn't pay week, so basically she had like 3.5 weeks of where she's like not getting paid at all. So not till Thursday does she get paid, and
We should get the back pay though.
I don't know if she
Just
will. It'll probably just be the 2 weeks of the last payment. Well,
because she started, so they're back a week. So it's like when you start a new job at a place that pays bi-weekly, you don't get paid for 3 fucking weeks. because they start a paycheck behind. So like
Yeah.
even after you're done working, you get one more paycheck after you're done working because of the 1 week. It's always a couple weeks behind because they have to give their records to the accountants and it takes them a week to process it. So it's like I know what you're talking about because it happened to me at Ruby's when I used to work at Ruby Tuesdays.
Let me grab this mail real quick.
All right, let me take a piss.
Oh well, then I'm gonna smoke a cigarette because it's literally right.
Alright.
That's what I was grabbing.
All right, let me take a piss.
All right.
All right.
Wait, did
Still
it pause?
recording.
It did. Pause.
Recording in progress.
We went to this fucking gas bars was like my favorite fucking bar, mainly because you could smoke in the middle bar, and I could order my fucking cheeseburger on fucking toast, which is the best way to have a cheeseburger.
I miss gas bars so much.
It was such a great bar, and
It is still a great bar.
it is still a great bar, and I fucking there's a bar by us like down the street, and we live on like a chill street, so it's not like you're driving past like cops and shit. You're driving by a hospital, so there's kind of a lot of cops coming out of there. But regardless, it's right down the street, and just like gas bars was for us. You're not gonna get fucking pulled over driving on gas bars to get to.
Yeah, I can get wasted and walk home if I have to.
Yeah, and we've walked a few times from there, and but the place by us we went to, and there's no like patio or anything for smoking, but their food, dude, I got fucking their wings was some like hot whatever. It was like extra though, because it had like hot pepper flakes on it, and it had like a fucking really flavorful hot sauce, banging. And then they have like the thin crust pizza, which is like the almost like cracker like crust that like
Like a flatbread.
wears, but it's crispier than a flatbread. That's the thing.
Yeah, it's leaving the oven longer.
It's called like a bar pizza. It's when you order like
Yeah,
Domino's,
I know what a bar pizza. Yeah,
when you order like Domino's and shit, and you get their thin crust. It's that kind of thin crust, but a little bit better. And fucking awesome. And she got a gluten-free Philly, which was still good. Like I don't know, gluten-free wrap. But yeah, dude, I'm glad that place is right down the street from us. Because the shitty thing is they close at 10:30. By the way, who closed at fucking half hours? Who closes at half hour? Close at fucking 10 or 11. Don't fucking close at 10:30. What are you, retarded?
that is weird.
But I don't think they're getting enough business. I think that's why. Because there's a place by us, my job. Oh, I forgot to mention the thing about my job.
Yeah, about your job. Let's hear it.
Fucking yesterday, Rhett and Link had a food feud that was Cheesecake Factory versus BJ's Brewhouse.
We're not
Now,
going to say which one you work at.
I work at BJ's Brewhouse, but it's not like it's the greatest fucking food in the world. But compared to Cheesecake Factory, is shit.
I love Cheesecake Factory.
I've never had one good thing. Got one fucking good thing at Cheesecake Factory, except for the egg roll sampler, which is what I get every time as an appetizer. That's good. But I had the Philly, horrible. I had the Cajun chicken pasta, send it back. And I don't even send food back.
Send it back.
I don't even send food back, dude. I was like, I didn't really send it back. I was like, I don't like this. And he was like, oh, I'll take it off for you. He took it off for us. And you know what I don't like? That me and Anthony got into a heated argument. The fact that I called him a fucking stupid fucking wop from New York that beats his wife and loves having type 2 diabetes. Is I said cheesecake is a disgusting dessert. And he went off. He's like, oh, I fucking love cheesecake. Okay, so
Cheesecake's good.
let me bring this back. Cheesecake Factory has the right kind of ingredients to throw into cheesecake that's like good, but if you just have like plain fucking cheesecake sucks as a
Yeah,
dessert.
you gotta
Not
put ganache
good.
on it. You gotta put the ganache on it.
Well, okay, so most places, if you're getting OG New York cheesecake, you might have a raspberry sauce, but other than that, it's just fucking cheesecake and fucking the crust that doesn't even fucking
Graham
make
cracker.
it good enough. It's not even graham cracker crust. You know what's graham cracker crust, bro? It's fucking key lime pie. That has graham cracker crust. It's fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, but New Yorkers don't know shit about a key lime
Cheesecake
pie.
is like a weirder, flourier fucking crust. It's not even graham cracker crust. It's
Well,
fucking,
they don't have. Well, it is graham cracker
cheesecake
crust. I know
fucking
that. But
sucks, dude. Anyways, so not only do they pick a cheesecake from Cheesecake Factory in the last round of desserts on Rhett and Link, They choose one that was in their top 4 of when they tried every single cheesecake from Cheesecake Factory. And they always pick something that's peanut butter and chocolate. If there's peanut butter in it, they're gonna fucking pick it. So they fucking put the peanut butter chocolate Reese's cup fucking cheesecake up against the fucking chocolate chip Pizookie. Now, a Pizookie, if you've never been to BJ's, is just a fucking cookie with fucking ice cream on it on top.
Which is delicious.
It is fucking great, but like out of all the fucking cookies, you're gonna choose the chocolate chip against the fucking peanut butter and chocolate Reese's cup fucking cheesecake. It's not even fucking fair, dude. Put it against the salted caramel fucking Pizookie that has like pieces of fucking pretzel in the cookie. It's fucking amazing.
You're passionate about this, I can tell.
Well, no, it made me so mad that I had like 2 cups of coffee and I was going berserk. And I was like, I just need to go to the gym to do squats. I went to the gym, did squats, came back, and I was still fucking furious about this.
Oh,
And then something was wrong with the avocado egg rolls, because the avocado egg rolls I'll give you at fucking Cheesecake Factory with their tamarind sauce, they're both better. The tamarind sauce and the avocado egg rolls are better than BJ's, but not by much. BJ still has amazing avocado egg rolls with tamarind sauce. And they were saying that tamarind sauce tasted like it had fish oil in it. And then they gave the fucking avocado egg rolls a 1. So clearly, wherever they ordered the avocado egg rolls from that BJ's was like taint. There's no way you're giving it a 1. It's just not possible. She doesn't fucking eat gluten. She had fucking the egg rolls once, got sick after, but she even said they're fucking awesome.
well, in all fairness, so she doesn't eat gluten. So obviously, when she does have it, it's gonna taste
But
better than the
no,
other
but
shit she's eating.
I can tell you by fucking customer fucking reviews is that the avocado egg rolls are one of our top things, and we have a huge menu. Now,
You do it's a
other
huge-
two items that they decided to fucking go against were a fucking barbecue chicken salad and the spaghetti and meatballs. It's like, are you out of your fucking mind? How about the fucking cherry glazed salmon, the fucking Mandarin pork chop? Like, we have so many amazing things there, like that are so good. And then they pick the
We went. I know. You know how I know you're
dumbest
not lying.
fucking.
You know I know you're not lying because I remember years before you worked there, we went there for your fucking birthday with your family.
Yeah, I used to get a prime rib there.
Yeah. No, you used to get the ribeye. No, you got the. You got
And
the.
we have a good ribeye for a chain restaurant. We have a very good ribeye for a chain restaurant. It's crazy. Most chain restaurants stuff. Longhorn's better than Outback. Outback's good. BJ's is good, and that's where it ends. Oh, Texas Roadhouse. Texas Roadhouse is good. But those are steakhouses. If you take the steakhouses out and you only go to fucking corporate restaurants, like whose is good? BJ's is good.
I don't really go to corporate restaurants too much these days. I work too long at Ruby Tuesdays.
Now tell me if I'm wrong. Well, Ruby Tuesdays is like the lowest of the low, but tell me if I'm
Yeah,
wrong.
it is. It's bad.
When we were kids, were corporate restaurants not way better, and then they just went down?
Yeah, they were. You know why? Do you know why?
Is it because we were kids, or is it because they literally?
No, do you know why? Because back when
Oh,
we
that's
remember
weird.
it, well, back when we remember it, the economy was a lot different, and also American dining, like the American style dining, burgers, fries, steaks, shit like that. That was like a hot thing. So they had better products because they had a lot more customer flow, a lot more. They had better products. They were held to a higher standard. And then all this hipster shit happened with all these fucking poke bowls and all this
The
fucking
other
acai
restaurants.
bowls. So now they're getting left behind. So and they had such a high markup on things and such a high overhead costs on all their buildings and shit. Now they have to fucking save money because everybody's dining at these goddamn hipster fucking sushi places where you sit by
Exactly.
yourself in a goddamn stall and don't talk to nobody.
Exactly, dude. My fucking dad and Tony would bring us to fucking Chili's like every Friday night, and we would have
Chili's-
awesome food.
I think it's like a chicken enchilada,
now,
chicken
dude,
enchilada soup. It's amazing.
dude. The Southwest egg rolls are my favorite thing ever. But and their bacon ranch burger, which is a 1 pound burger with fucking.
No, I got that. So shut up. Hold on, wait a minute. I got that. Literally the greasiest burger I've ever got.
It's a pound of fucking ground beef, you idiot. What do you
No,
think?
like I don't eat other fucking burgers like that. No, I get it.
What
No.
burger do you get that's a pound of ground meat? Now,
Listen,
what
you
other
have to
burger do you
understand.
get that's a pound?
You
That's
have
the thing,
you
it's
don't
like
know
a
what
$20 burger.
you don't understand how much grease came off this burger. It literally there was a puddle underneath my entire thing of everything. And then anytime I took the bun was toasted and also extremely soggy. And then every time I bit it, I had it was just grease. It wasn't ranch. It was grease just all over my face. It was like biting into a burger full of grease.
It's so
I
good.
must have
And the
got. I must
ranch,
have got a bad one. I must have got a bad one.
you did get a
I'm not
bad
gonna.
one. The ranch is amazing.
Yeah,
It's
the ranch is amazing. I'm not saying
it's
I don't
very
eat the
close to their
burger.
old jalapeno ranch burger. First of all, I was telling the story first. So it was just so
Fuck you, pussy.
and so my dad and Tony used to take us there like every Friday night, and we would have like good
Just
fucking
say
deals.
your dad's. Just
And
say your
now
dad's.
my father's is now my dad's wouldn't fucking go to Chili's if it had the cure to fucking monkeypox. Okay,
Yeah, because it sucks now.
it does suck now. That's my point. But not really because the Southwest egg rolls are really good and the fucking bacon ranch, fucking 1 pound burger. By the way, that's twice as big as a double quarter pounder, 4 times as big as a quarter pounder from McDonald's.
Well, I'm not a bitch, so I don't order the quarter pounder. I get double quarter pounders all day.
Bro, show me one other restaurant that has a fucking 1 pound burger. I'll wait.
I don't know this shit off the top of my head, but I'm sure they're out there.
No one, dog. Unless it's in Texas.
Or
No one
the
has a
Carol.
1 pound burger. That's what I'm telling you.
Don't fucking talk to me like Austin Black.
That's what I'm telling you. I did not call it Castlemark now.
I didn't do that. The hell are you talking
I'm telling you,
about?
there's no one fucking 1 pound burger. Tell me one more place you can't think of one.
I've been everywhere. I don't know how many times I gotta tell you.
Show me one place. I'll go. We'll go right now. We'll go make the goddamn burger.
Right
Bring
now,
a
get in the truck right
scale.
now.
Bring a scale. Bring a
I missed
scale.
that kid.
Weigh
I
it.
missed that. I missed that kid. He's so
I miss that
fucking
kid
funny.
so much, and
He's so funny.
it's heartbreaking that I've like
He's
texted
so
him.
funny.
I texted his buddy about like, hey, did he get a new number? He's like, no, he has the same number. It's like I've texted that number like fucking 40 times over the
That's
past.
so
Like,
weird, man. He's
he-
such a funny guy. I
I
love
don't
him.
know why he. I don't know if he just decided not to like me anymore.
It's probably because you do things like make fun of his accent.
No, that's
The
our
way-
thing.
not even that. The way
That's
he
all we
talks.
do when we're around each other is we make fun of his old accent. I was gonna open this mail because they left it in the door, which is mean it's not you. SPS, it's fucking the
Fat X.
no, it's fucking the apartment complex. Is hereby notified that you have violated your leases. Reported to our office that you are not properly disposing of your trash.
What are you doing with your trash, buddy?
I don't know. We're just putting. All trash must be properly bagged as loose trash is not permitted. Please use a 13-gallon trash bag. Remember, there are 2 bag limit for pickup. In addition, all boxes must be broken down. We didn't put a box in there.
It's probably a general thing they're writing, but you must have left something with outside the
No,
bag.
we violated our lease, is what it says.
That's weird. So you're saying your apartment's gonna be open soon?
No.
Oh, why you ponder on that? Pause it. I gotta pee again.
Yeah, I gotta pause and smoke a cigarette because this is pissing me off, actually. Now I'm just reading this.
I just went inside. I was gonna go tell my girl. It's like, oh, I'll wrap it up soon, and then she's fucking passed out. So
Yeah, mine's definitely passed out too. I can't wait to call the office tomorrow. Like, what are you talking about? First of all, you don't even know what I'm throwing in the trash can. There's just 4 trash cans back there. I thought we were supposed to share, but
well, I'm sure they have cameras that can see you.
they don't. There's no cameras to be put anywhere. It's all outside on the lake and shit. It's like, okay, well, I put cigarette ashes in a Publix bag and then tie it up. Is that not a good enough trash bag? It has to be a 13-gallon bag. I don't know. I have to talk to him. I've just
I don't know how to talk to him.
cigarette butts in there before and didn't get a fucking.
Well, just keep this in mind before you call him like an asshole.
I'm not gonna call him an asshole because they said they can terminate the lease if we don't fix this within 7 days. They can terminate the lease because I put a fucking Publix bag in the trash bag. What?
Welcome to not being in the projects, bro. You're so low class. You're so low class now,
What do
Russell. You've been there for too long.
Oh, really? You would think, oh, I can't put a Publix bag in here. This is a trash can. How dare I put a Publix bag in there that's tied up like a trash bag?
If it was a Target bag, they probably wouldn't care.
It was still in the trash this morning when I like threw something else in there.
That's how they knew it was you. The evidence was still there.
But that's the thing is that like I thought we were supposed to share the trash cans back there. I'm pretty sure it said that somewhere, and now it's like, oh no, it's you. But at the same time, the other thing in my mind is I talked to this old man that lives kind of close to us that was talking about the people next to us, and the guy's kind of just been a dick every time I said hi to him, which was twice. And he was like, "Oh, he's the reason that your trash is so nice." So now I'm wondering if fucking faggot over there fucking
Yeah, probably.
called them because it does say that it has been reported to our office that you are not properly disposing of your trash.
Oh yeah, he definitely did it. Your neighbor definitely did it.
Well, so on the other end of my brain is like, well, the way they collect trash in the morning is a guy comes around with like a big barrel and they take the trash out of the things. It's not like a trash truck. But now I'm curious. It's like I will.
No, I feel like it's that guy because if somebody already said something to you like that, he's the reason why your trash is so nice. Come on, bro. That's so on the nose. Like, get the fuck out of here. That guy totally Kyled you. He totally fucking reported you because he probably saw you throw a Publix bag.
He didn't see me do anything. He might have looked in it and saw a Publix bag in there.
Or might have,
That's why I want
yeah,
to
but he
call them
probably
and
saw
be
you
like,
bringing groceries from Publix. And then it was like, oh, Publix bag must be him. I don't
they
know.
can terminate the lease and evict us because I threw a Publix bag in there.
Well, we don't even know if that's it. We don't know if that's it yet.
What else would it be? I didn't throw a body in there or anything.
Yet.
I've broken down fucking cardboard.
Broken down that ass.
Here's what's this. You are hereby notified that you have violated your lease. It has been reported to our office that you are not properly disposing of your trash. Please make sure that the trash is properly being disposed of. All trash must be properly bagged, as loose trash is not permitted. I didn't put loose trash in there unless you're talking about the time I threw cigarettes in there. That was a while ago. I feel like it would be quicker.
The only thing I can think of
There's
is
this
that
use a
the
13
fact
gallon.
that that's what I was gonna say because it wasn't a trash bag. They could be if you throw away an empty bag, like an empty Publix bag, that's loose trash.
But just say in addition,
They
all
probably
boxes
have
must
they
be
probably
broken down properly.
yeah, they probably have their protocol. It has to be this kind of trash bag. A Publix bag is not that kind of trash bag. I guarantee that guy fucking called on you. He might have been looking out his window or something. I don't know where he is related to you, and
He can't see out of his window. We have somewhat of a privacy fence.
he might have been outside when the guy was collecting it, and he might have asked the guy. You never know. These fucking is he old?
They're like, yeah, I'm sorry. We got this notice about the trash, and I've just been throwing trash in there. So if you could just tell me what I did wrong, that'd be great.
Yeah, I want to know exactly what was reported, so that way I can not do that exact thing, please. Well, we can't tell you exactly. Okay, well, if you can't tell me exactly, how do you expect me not to do it again?
Yeah.
Are you setting me up for failure on purpose? Did I do something to you? Did I date your mom and break her heart or something? What the fuck is your problem?
How is a Publix bag tied up loose trash?
Well, I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying that I could see the argument for that because if you were to throw a bag away, that's not the specific bag that they have in their specs for the lease agreement. Whether it be a Publix bag used as a trash bag or just a Publix bag that's empty, that can still be considered loose trash under like the guidelines that they have set under the lease. That still would breach the contract because it's not the trash bag in which they have specified the lease that you should be using. So it's either the guy next to you or the trash guy.
I'm not gonna say it sounds like these that I wish I had an AR-15, but it sounds like these that I wish I had an AR-15.
An RE15.
I said it right the first time, you bitch.
Which means it makes it even worse that on your second attempt it got worse.
It got worse because my speech got worse.
Your speech impediment. I'm almost done with this twisted tea. He's about to bust out my moonshine.
Oh my god, what a white trash fucking garbage person.
Oh yeah, who got in trouble for disposing trash while in a very low income, very low middle class apartment complex?
It's not very low middle class, you fucking cocksucker.
It's definitely not upper middle class, is it?
Well, I don't really know the classes that well. I just know I've always kind of been at the bottom.
Exactly. So that's why I said lower middle class. because you moved out of the lower class. Now you're in the lower middle class.
Alex, when we lived together, you didn't have like $1 to your name, so shut up.
Yeah, I mean, I have money and like whatever, but yeah, dude, I grew up that way. I don't fucking care. You're the one who's like, I don't know. I'll tell you straight up. Oh yeah, I'm lower middle class all day, right here. I don't have any shame in it. You're the one who's shamed by it. I'm just being honest.
You're
And did
shamed.
you go? I'm not shaming you. I'm just being real with you. You're not used to this upper class situation. Where
Oh, now it's upper
actually,
class. You just said it was lower middle class.
I said upper to where you were at is what I meant. I might say it wrong. But I mean,
More
you
up.
gotta remember, like in our old
Upper as in
neighborhood,
more up.
in our old neighborhood, there was no grills, and yet you'd see 3 people grilling out front of their fucking apartment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you weren't there when the guy fucking threw the coals into the dumpster and it set the dumpster on fire.
No, but you weren't there when the gunshots went off, and then we got night security before.
I was there when gunshots went off. Maybe not the time you were talking about, but yes, I've been there when gunshots went off.
Oh yeah, different ones though. Not when
yeah, even when you weren't even living there anymore.
Well, then maybe you should start firing guns off at your property, and maybe the property value go down. They won't be mad about trash.
What a fucking asshole fucking note they sent me. Like, oh, we're gonna terminate you. I threw a Publix bag in there.
What are they, Arnold Schwarzenegger? We're gonna
How about just
terminate
send me a note that says, "Hey, don't do that," instead of, "Hey, oh yeah." And if a suit is filed, you also will be liable for our suit costs, including attorney fees. That's
you mean if I lose, I would be, but I wouldn't lose. So that's where you're wrong, Bucko.
Like, yeah, I threw trash in there, dude. 13 gallons. It's a Publix bag, dude. They're pretty fucking hefty. Try getting 13 pounds.
I can get 13 gallons of semen in it.
Yeah. And you can do that like overnight.
I can do that in like a solid hour if I have enough pickles to keep my solidity up.
See, the thing is I feel white trash because they had to send me a letter saying I was throwing trash away wrong.
Yeah, can't you have a nice pretty lady in a skirt come by with a clipboard and be like, "Hey, my name's Trish. I'm just here to tell you. Next time you do that, we might have to send you a written warning, and then the written warning, and then after that, we'll send you like a cease and desist letter." There should be steps taken. Essentially, is what I'm saying. They shouldn't automatically threaten you to evict you for this one-time offense that just happened.
Yeah, crazy.
There should be steps to it.
That Publix bag made him so mad they walked to my apartment and fucking put a note on my door that's literally signed in pen.
Yeah, and the guy who probably did it was the guy like me that just loves to either tell people they have to leave, or that they can't feed birds at the window at the restaurant, or just I'd be like, "Oh, this like that's my old job, Squid Lips. You're not allowed to feed birds at the window because they'll fly in the restaurant and knock shit over, which has happened multiple times." So some of the girls would come up and be like, "Oh, this guy's feeding out of the window." I'm like, "Oh, where? I'll fucking tell him right now." Walk over, sir. Cut it the fuck out right now before I beat the shit out of you right here in front of your goddamn kids, you little bitch. It was just a fry. It's just your fucking fingers I'm gonna break in a second, buddy. You better fucking chill out.
I'm so mad.
You should be. That's some bitch. That's a bitch shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm also pretty hungry.
Yeah, I know. I just forgot I had a chicken wrap in my car. I took it out, but it's weird room temperature, so I'm waiting.
I don't save food like that. I eat my food. Although I did.
Oh no, so okay, so here's the thing: is I ate wings at the restaurant and then I ordered something to go for later because I hadn't eaten. So I wasn't sure if I was supposed to fast from my MRI I had today. So I got 2 meals.
Well, no,
I didn't save food. I ordered it for later.
No, yeah. I'm gonna back up a little bit. Yesterday I did have 12 wings, and
You know you miss Sandy's.
3/4 of a pizza. Yeah, the Sandy's wings are really good. I don't know if I could handle the heat of Sandy's wings.
Yeah, you can.
More.
I still can.
Listen, so I just had a hemorrhoid for like a week and a half. And
Okay.
hold on. And then today I had hot shits from the wings yesterday. And dude, hot shits are such a relief from hemorrhoid shits. Hemorrhoid shits are so bad. And like the turds like curve around your hemorrhoid, so they're always like candy cane shaped. And
that's so weird.
Yeah, it's crazy.
How big is this hemorrhoid?
It's gone now. That's what I'm saying. Is today I just had the hot shits from yesterday from eating those wings, and it was such a. And sometimes like when you have hot shits, it's like, oh, this is terrible. Why did I do this to myself? The hot shits versus fucking hemorrhoid shits, dude. Nothing, dude. Fucking hemorrhoid shits are the worst. They hurt so bad.
Yeah, Chris gets them all the time, and he pops them sometimes. I'm like, ugh.
Oh, I don't know how you pop them. They're like just like inflamed, like bloody fucking. Bleh.
And once he pops them, he gets the relief. So
I don't know if that's relief, dude. I feel like it's just an open wound in your asshole. Nothing sounds like relief like that.
I wouldn't know what an open wound in my asshole feels like. Asshole to you.
No, I don't know what an open wound in my asshole feels like because I don't pop my fucking hemorrhoids, dude. I just let them hang out my
Oh
ass.
fuck. Ugh.
So I get the majority of the ones I get are inside my ass, which are not that bad. The ones that like hang out your ass, that fucking sucks.
I've never had one, so I don't know.
They suck, dude. It's just like
It's crazy to me because I hear that they're so common. Like, how have I never had one? I must be doing something so right with my poops.
genetically, you're just
No, my mom gets them. My mom used
you
to
know
get
you know
them.
how I get them? Fucking prison toilet paper, dude. If I don't use wipes and I use regular toilet paper a lot, it fucking scratches up my asshole, and then I just get a fucking hemi.
Oh, I have to pee. Hold on 1 second. Don't pause. I'll be right back.
Well, if it's just
Talk
me,
about hemorrhoids.
if it's just me, I'm gonna
Oh,
pause it. I can play it. Imagine if I kept that on, that would be fucking just dead air. What the fuck am I supposed to say?
you're going off on a tangent about hemorrhoids. I figured you'd just continue. This moonshine is rough, buddy.
What flavor?
Bluebird. I put it on camera earlier.
I don't really like the berries that much. We actually threw away some fucking moonshine that we had in the fridge for fucking ever, which was blackberry, actually, now I think about it.
I have some peach inside, but I'm not trying to go inside.
Peach is good. Nothing beats apple pie.
Remember when I ate the apple core?
Huh?
Remember when I ate the apple in the podcast at Chris's garage?
Oh yeah.
Trust me, I know, buddy. Ugh, I still remember it. Especially drinking this moonshine makes me think of it more.
I remember how
Oh,
much I thought like I had to follow all the rules of like podcasting because I was like, we're gonna get famous so quick thanks to me.
No, you know what's funny? I was at the bar the other day, and somebody like in front of his wife, and he was trying to be pompous. He's like sitting there. He's like by my fireball machine, but like I don't know. I'm not gonna get into the layout, but he looks at. I have a little display of like our old smoky bottles, like on my outside bar. He's like, "Oh, is that moonshine or whiskey?" I said, "Bro, that's redundant. Moonshine is whiskey." He's like, "What? Really? No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not whiskey." I'm like, "It's corn whiskey, but whiskey nonetheless." So yes, it is whiskey, but because Old Smoky makes moonshine or whatever.
Well, so actually, well, I don't mean to say actually, but like you're talking about corn whiskey. A whiskey that is at least 51% corn is a bourbon. A whiskey that is at least 51% rye grain is a rye, and most of them are blends.
Those are all whiskeys.
There's wheat whiskeys too. I know Maker's Mark has wheat in it, but it's not. I don't
Maker's
think
Mark says whiskey on the bottle.
it says
And
bourbon
but
on the bottle.
it says whiskey. Might say whiskey bourbon, but definitely says whiskey because
But
I've had
bourbon is
multiple.
whiskey, so all of them say whiskey bourbon.
That's what that's. Thank you. That's what I was trying to tell the guy. Eventually, he's like,
It's
"Oh,
just a matter of how they're made.
no,
Yes.
you're right.
Yes.
You're right. No, you're all right. But what I'm saying is in the context of the situation that I had, this guy knew nothing about it, and then tried to say, no, it is. And then when I was like, I mean, they're both technically whiskeys. He's like, oh, I didn't know that. So he didn't know. He didn't know why they would be different.
No. Yeah, okay, my bad. I didn't know you were talking about a specific person because I get that all the time. They'll be like, "Oh, let me get a bourbon on the rocks." Well, and it's like, well,
My well bourbon is Jim Beam,
well,
which is
that's
not a
not
well,
our
it's a
well
call.
bourbon. Our well bourbon is Evan Williams, which is a bourbon. But when people at other places I've worked at say well bourbon, it's like, well, our well's not fucking bourbon, you idiot. Like, there's like just a well whiskey. What are you talking about? Like, I know you think you're cool saying that, but you know what the fuck you're talking about, you fucking idiot. Bourbon is different than it's made differently than traditional whiskey.
I love when
It's
people ask me,
mostly just made in Kentucky.
mostly just
can-
made, but it doesn't.
You can
that's not
make
a
bourbon
saying.
outside in Kentucky, but 99% of them are made in Kentucky because Kentucky created bourbon.
That would make sense.
Yes.
It gets so funny whenever I get into arguments with people about like my job. When they try to tell me that that something is wrong, I'm just like, are you do you want do you want to do this right now? Do you want to do this right now? Okay. All
You're
right,
talking about people
fine.
that have never worked in the service industry.
Try to tell me how to do my job better or do something. I'm like, do you not understand what I'm doing right now? Do you not understand this? What's going on right now? I
So
have
clearly
15
you have
people
no
fucking
sense of urgency because you work at a fucking fag factory your whole life.
yeah.
I'm so mad that you brought this
Every time
up.
I have a super busy night, like I know a big band's coming, I get fucking pissed because like I don't get pissed. I just go to work like a little anxious because I know at some point it's gonna be so busy I have to yell at somebody. I barely heard that. It almost sounded like oh.
Yeah, dude, I'm fucking serving, bro. I'm like,
Oh. But I there's like what is it like every time Crash Rocket plays at my bar, at some point I have a breakdown, whether it's a little one or a big one, where I'm just like I have 15 people around my bar all waving at me. Hey, I need this. I'm like, yeah, I fucking see. You know what? He needs something. He needs something. He needs something. Or no. Here's what I did. It was last time they played. I was like, he needs a Bud Light. He needs a whiskey ginger. She wants a fucking martini that I can't fucking make, but she keeps asking for. So that's why I know what she wants. She needs a margarita, no salt with Patron, a regular triple sec, and he needs this. I know what everybody fucking needs. But what I need you to do is stop yelling at me so I can keep all that in my head and make my fucking round. Do you understand what I'm doing?
What do you mean you can't make a martini?
We don't make martini. We don't have vermouth.
Okay, so when someone's talking about like a vodka martini or a gin martini,
Yeah, no, she was specifically asking for a certain kind of martini. It was
like
like
a dry
almost
martini.
no, a Manhattan. It was Manhattan,
Oh, that's one of my favorite drinks.
but we can't make that. She was asking for a Manhattan up.
But if
Which I
anybody
don't.
asks you for martini, dude, and you don't have vermouth, just take vodka, which they're probably talking about because they're white trash. Because gin is a better martini, and it's the original martini. But back it up. Just take vodka, and it's 3 ounces of vodka or gin, chilled in a martini glass, or put it in a wine
Yeah,
glass.
I know. Yeah, I know.
I'm saying, like, don't even fucking tell them you don't have that because they don't really want it anyways. A dry
Well, also
martini.
everything I have is plastic cups.
So, yeah, well, so you can have a martini on the rocks.
That's true. I know you can, but I'm saying, well, she asked for a
But I'm just
Manhattan
saying,
up.
like,
I
instead
don't
of
have
telling them
vermouth.
you don't have martini unless you just
I don't have bitters. I
just
don't have bitters.
fucking-
I don't have
bitters
oranges.
don't go
I
in a
don't have
martini.
a Manhattan.
Bitters do go in a yeah, they go in a Manhattan. They don't go in a martini.
Well, that's what I was trying to tell her because she was ordering a Manhattan up, which I was in my head because the bar I worked at before. A Manhattan up comes in martini glass, so that's what I was
It absolutely does. That's what
exactly. So when she said, I was swamped, dude. I had like 50 people yelling at me, and she just asked me for a Manhattan up, and I was like, I don't fucking have bitters. And then she's like, she's like, is there any other way you can make it? I'm like,
Yeah, I can
what
pour
the
you
fuck?
chilled whiskey in a fucking
Do you
glass.
want me to make you? Do you want me to make you a fucking cheeseburger with no beef? You stupid bitch! Who the fuck are you? You dumb motherfucker!
I
It's a
have
grilled
all the
cheese.
ingredients for a Manhattan here, but I don't have whiskey. I have Jack Honey, but that'd be kind of
Actually, probably pretty good. Actually,
probably pretty good, but I don't
actually, be pretty fucking good, buddy.
that's
But
Jack Honey.
no, what was it? No, this customer fucking like looked at me like I said something like in a different language. He asked me like end of my night, about to close the bar. He's drunk. His wife's drunk. They're all drunk. It's all his friends. He goes, walk up from Hiram's. They're like, can I get a mojito? I don't know. He goes, do you guys have mojitos here? I know. At first he asked if we had old fashions, and then I said no. And he said, do you have mojitos? I said, fuck no. And I looked at him and I said, would you want mint from this bar that I'm at right now? Didn't think so. Get the fuck out of here, buddy. Would you want mint that I'm keeping at this bar where there's literally puddles at the bottom of every cooler that go up to the neck of the bottle on the bottom level? Well, they just cleaned them out now, but for months, buddy, every cooler we had, like our deep coolers, there was just water in the bottom that was brackish that came up to the necks of the bottom part of the neck of our bottles.
See, you make like 3 times as much money as me, and
Yeah, because it's all high volume.
and I have to make. I didn't mean to. That's not to silence you. It's me making a point. I just want to make that clear. I have to make watermelon mojitos. You have to put chunks of watermelon in there. It means if you open, you have to slice up a watermelon in slices, in chunks. Fucking It's like slices of the garnish that you put on top.
Yeah.
Oh my god! And back during COVID, when we couldn't, for some reason, they couldn't get watermelon pucker, which is disgusting. It's fake watermelon. We would use
I
watermelon.
love that.
We would use watermelon juice, and watermelon juice is way better than fucking.
It is. That is true.
And they were amazing then, and now they're disgusting because of watermelon pucker. But
I like watermelon pucker though. That's
but
good. That's
back in the day, you had to cut slice, and you're like out of one watermelon, you just cut slice. Well, you can use multiple ones, but you want to use one because they're so fucking annoying to cut. You had to use watermelon slices, diced watermelon for the fucking mojito, and fucking watermelon juice back in the day, and that fucking shit sucked. That was during COVID.
You know what's weird right now? Is I feel somehow after taking a sip of moonshine, I'm oddly like more like I've drinking like that much moonshine because it's full. I feel somewhat less drunk and more awake, but also just better feeling. I feel like a better drunk, but not as drunk, which is weird.
I've had 4 pints of IPAism, and one more, and I'm fucking toast.
I got blisters on my fingers.
What is that from?
It's from a rock show, but it's from the quote I'm thinking is from a show. Blisters on my finger. It's some fuck. I don't know. It's somebody referencing something is where I'm getting it from.
I've got blisters on my fingers.
I'm guessing it's like some kind of Beatles
I think
reference.
another thing. Yeah, I think it's a Beatles thing, but you're right. It is referenced by like.
Is it maybe Walk Hard?
I was thinking more of like Family Guy or something.
Yeah, probably something along the line. But I feel like it was like live people.
But I think it was like made to seem live, like on Family Guy.
Yeah.
Here, let's look it up. I'm gonna look it up. We have an encyclopedia in our goddamn pocket.
Yeah, but part of the whole entertaining part is watching us bicker over who's right. Have fun as a podcast. No, I'm right. No, I'm right. Oh, it looks like you were right. Sorry. Or I'm right. You're right. Fuck your mom. Your mom's a fucking horse. She sucked my dick last Christmas. You know what's more entertaining?
Ringo Starr, I've got blisters on my fingers.
Boom. Beatles.
But let's see Eagles.
Eagles.
Is that what you said?
No, I said Beatles.
Oh, you said the Eagles. It's funny to me. You're like,
no.
Boom,
No, I
Eagles.
said flock. I said flock of seagulls.
Yeah, it is Stewie. Stewie playing the band.
Yeah, that's what it is. You're right.
I've got blisters on my fingers.
Yeah, they're in the witness protection program for Chris. Now it's all coming back.
But why was Ringo was the fucking drummer?
The one that we liked. Yeah, the one that we liked. It's like,
he was the drummer.
Oh, guys, I wrote this song, guys. Check it out. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, we'll put it on the fridge.
I wrote a song about an octopus.
Oh, that's so great. We'll put it on the fridge.
Yeah.
My British accent's gotten so much better because literally I'm dating a British person.
Mine's always been great. I can either talk like a classy.
Mine ain't always been great, but I'll tell you right now, it's getting a little better.
The easiest way to talk like a classy Englishman is to say Harry, and then you kind of get it just from being like Harry.
Well, here's the thing about it though, is that like,
or you can talk like a Cockney and.
No, that's the one thing I do better than anybody is a Cockney accent.
I've got like talk like Cockney then.
That's a good one.
I had like talk like Cockney then because I could talk like Cockney all day.
Here's the deal. Here's the deal with so in London, London's very small in comparison to like the United States and all, but they have like 12 different. Shut the fuck up. They have like 12 different accents in London.
Manchester.
Will you shut the fuck up? So Molly says
Cockney because I'm going to talk like Cockney once. I said I was going to talk like Cockney all day.
I'm asking you not
like
to
a
talk
proper
at all.
Englishman, and I'm talking Cockney.
Shut the fuck up for a second, please.
Yeah, go ahead.
So the thing is, there's like 12 different accents within that small area, and Molly says when I do my English accent, it swaps between like all of them.
Right.
She's like, you just go through, but she says because I worked for Clive, you know, he was Cockney.
I remember Clive.
So whenever even in England, when I did a Cockney accent, they were like, "Oh, that's fucking spot on, mate. That's fucking right. So when I do a Cockney accent, I'm not gonna do it right now. But
Why?
whenever, because I don't want to.
Are you
But so what are you going on in it?
a
Do you
couple
want
of
to come on in
trips
it?
from town?
No, you just want to have a drink or something. You know, it's what's the bloke about, man? So the fuck is going on? Hey, he's out there fucking causing mess. You know, they're out there, mate. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, what's the football club?
Whenever I'm trying to
Must say
impersonate
he's
my.
like he's from Argentina.
Well, here's the thing: is the only time that she ever says I have an actual like a solid one is when I try to impersonate my old boss. She's like, "No, that's just Cockney all the way through." When you impersonate him, you do a Cockney accent all the way through. But when you just try to do an English accent, you literally go through like all the different ones depending on what word you're saying. So it's like you could be 15 different English people at one time based off one sentence. But if you were impersonating your boss, you're clear. It's a clearly Cockney accent. So.
Well, the best is fucking Ray Fiennes and Brave. She's like, you retract that bit about me fucking kids.
Yeah, it's almost like such a hard slang of it.
Yeah, dude, fucking Patty Pemlet. Feckin is actually Irish. Feckin. Fucking Irish, didn't
No, the Falkland Islands.
I don't know, Captain.
You saw that bit. I don't know who does it, but it's a bit about having a Bostonian classmate who he's like, they use the fuck like a comma. And he's like, so we're in class one day and the professor's trying to teach us about the Falkland Islands. They're the islands of they're called the Falkland Islands. And he raises his hand and he goes, "Hey, professor, what Falkland Islands you talking about?" It's like, there's only one Falkland Island. He's like, what the fuck are you talking about? There's the fucking Caribbean Islands, there's the Hawaiian Islands, there's the fucking Gilligan's Island. What the fucking islands you talking about?
I don't know who that is. It sounds semi-familiar, which means it's probably not someone I listen to a lot.
Yeah, it's not somebody I don't know either, but it's a funny bit because it's like, which Falkland Islands you talking about? There's the Caribbean Falkland Islands, there's the Caribbean, there's the fucking Gilligan's Falkland Island.
Gilligan's Island is clearly the punchline in the joke.
Yeah, it was.
All right. I feel like we should probably give up on this because I'm pretty drunk.
All right, buddy. All
Like,
right.
You feel the same?
Oh, I was gonna cut it short earlier, but she's asleep, so I didn't really care. We can stop recording and hang out if you want.
Do you want to watch the movie? Or do you want to watch I Think You Should Leave?
Do we play it on Zoom?
Yeah, because I want to show you. Did you rewatch the thing I sent you?
Which one? Oh, wait, did you watch that? You want to hit your yesterday? That one?
No. You want No.
Yeah, that was so fucking funny to me.
No, not that one. The one about Billy him or Billy me? Your name's Billy too? No, that's why I'm so fucking confused.
No, but that is fucking hilarious.
Right, we'll watch it. All right, we're gonna stop this.
I gotta pee.
A cigarette.
All right, stop it. All right, yeah, stop it. I gotta pee.
All right, yeah, I gotta pee and smoke a cigarette. So,
I'm
Mateo,
my microphone so I can just talk to you without my ear sweating. I'm gonna take out my microphone so I can talk to you without sweating. My ear sweating. So
that's why I got these headphones.
I'm in Florida. I wear these in my room to game, bro. It's cold.
I know. I can see that. I wear these in my headphones in my iPod to fucking jam, dog. All right. See you next week.
Later.